up against Sleepyhead, it's definitely got his work cut out for him. He did win last time, but it was 3-2. I mean, there's clearly some rivalry going on between these players.
Yeah, coming up with the bread and butter up throw up air, getting a good 39%. It's very, very hard in that situation with rapid jabs just because everybody knows about the Gimmer tech already. After when you hold your shield for a small number of time while getting hit by the same multi-hit move, you're able to instantly roll behind and have full frame advantage. But if you're that far away, do you really want to roll in and risk getting hit by more rapid jabs?
Yeah, I mean, and you're also on the platform too. There's not a whole lot of anywhere to go. Right, it's hard to get behind him when Sleepyhead is getting pushed to one side and Frost is pushing himself to the other side, but this Charizard already doing a bit of work. We'll see how much more damage he can get, because
He's insane!
Beautiful read already coming out. You know, even though Frost isn't part of the CMP crew coming out here in Fort Worth, these guys clearly have played together a fair amount. That's not the kind of errant read that you just go for just because.
This feels like oh, you're not in the same crew and we don't really practice together every day to know each other. We basically play every day because we're always in grand finals with each other. So both these players looking pretty comfortable playing against each other, not really throwing out any freak out moves, always throwing out something safe. We're always respecting the other player. This is really what I want to see, like an actual really good conversation between both players saying, hey, I'm going to take up this space. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, and look at this. There's been a lot of counter pressure and counter hits from both these guys. And Frost, he's explosive when he actually finds an opportunity to put you off your set. And almost getting that roller right there. It could have killed, but not quite. Now we got a Charizard. Both these guys looking to find this last hit.
Oh, really, really good out from Frost using the roller. It's pretty weird just because Charizard as a character isn't trying to rush you down all that much. He's trying to bait you into doing an unsafe defensive option and then punishing accordingly, just like how in the last talk with forward smash. So that's really, really smart from Frost throwing out that quote-unquote Randy roller. Good punish on the using up throw to steal Frost's stock just because low risk, high reward.
Yeah, I mean, going to go ahead and turn things around, getting some decent damage out on here, and we'll see what Frost ends up doing. Now, the big thing was Frost chose to land on the stage. I know it's got a hitbox, but it's not the safest thing in the world. He turns around and just throws out that neutral special, getting some good paint, taking a lot of damage. That's it.
Yeah. That's it. Catching over with all these empty hops, I feel that Sleepyhead isn't throwing out too many aerials with certain types of Pokemon. So, for example, Ivysaur, he's going to be throwing out a lot of forward airs. He's going to be throwing out a lot of back airs, up airs. Whereas for Squirtle, he's going to be running around for a lot of grabs, whereas for Charizard, he's running around for a lot of F-tilts and aerials. So I feel like when Frost adapts to how what moves Sleepyhead likes to throw out with certain types of Pokemon is when he's going to get these very, very substantial leads.
And, I mean, as we say that, Sleepyhead comes in, just big claw to the face is going to knock Frost off the side of the stage, and going up 1-0, he does need to win at least 6 games total if he wants to take home the first place during this week. Remember, it is a Grand Finals reset. There's one best of 5 that if Sleepyhead wins, he has to play another one going up against Frost. But if Frost wins either of them, the tournament is instantly over. So we'll see what they end up doing. I'm kind of curious to see what kind of stages Inkling is going to be taking Pokemon Trainer 2. Hovering over the Lylat would be a little bit surprising to me. Kalos also a little bit surprising, but it seems like a Frost stage.
Yeah, Kalos being put out by Frost is very, very strange. Just because Charizard's able to live for a long time, able to gimp Inkling very, very easily, able to kill her very, very easily, despite having these huge zones.
Ooh, opening with the Ivysaur actually, a little bit surprising coming through. Just not going with the Squirtle. He didn't have a whole lot of success with it previously, so maybe just going straight to the Ivysaur should help him out quite a bit, not taking as much damage early. And you know, I don't want to say it's not working out because I feel like it's the same spot.
Of the game.
Yeah.
I feel. Oh wait, I think I see why. So because Frost took Sleepyhead to this big of a stage, instead of starting out with the Squirtle, which is a rushdown, which would be primarily used on smaller stages such as Smashville, he's switching to Ivysaur first to use him as kind of like a suitor swordsman, trying to use his Razor Leaf to win neutral instantly.
And we'll see how effective it is. Frost is keeping very even with Sleepyhead at the moment, getting some good damage back and forth, and here comes all the up airs potentially from Frost as he tries to control center stage, going with a lot of grenades, going with a lot of the neutral special, but this is one of the things about Callus is it takes that up throw so long to actually kill us Charizard.
Yeah, that's a really good reason why Frost counterpicked Sleepyhead to this stage, because Sleepyhead was getting a lot of kills with up throw. Good dash back forward tilt by him, covering all that space just to wait for Frost to do something like just a get-off option.
Ooh, super armoring through.
Armor, baby.
It's in a pretty good spot. It's kind of tough for Inkling to actually kill in ledge situations. You got to be able to get some pretty decently hard reads, and so far hasn't been able to quite find it, despite the fact that Sleepyhead's at 168. The back throw not quite going to do it. Callus is a big stage, dude. Big stage.
It's huge. I really want to see these guys playing neutral a lot more, just because right when they each get into the punish game, it's not going to really lead to a kill too much. So they have to. So this stage requires you to win neutral a lot more, rather than in Battlefield or like the previous stage where it's like, oh hey, I win neutral once, I basically get a whole huge punish.
Yeah,
really
70%.
good roller coming out though, over 200% from Charizard, but Sleepyhead firing back with that fantastic up air.
Yeah, this stage really not working out for Frost whatsoever. As you said, a lot of these neutral victories have been going over in Sleepyhead's way, and it's been doing a lot of favors. And it's weird watching people play when they have so much percent of them, because you feel them playing different. And sometimes it's really helpful to be playing when you have a lot of percent, because you know you have to play a little bit safer. You rein in some of your more reckless tendencies. And Sleepyhead got a lot of mileage off of his 170% Charizard, but maybe losing a stock here? Yeah, he's going to be losing it to that forward
That's
smash.
a fantastic catch on the Razor Leaf, I believe, with the Roller, because Roller punishes landings super hard. I really like how Frost is adapting. He's really needing to put more pressure onto Sleepyhead in the neutral, because Sleepyhead, as you can see, is just throwing out all these aerials free of charge.
Yeah, just been able to zone everything away. And Frost, I mean, we already talked about him as a little bit more defensive player, but when he goes for a little bit more wild roller like he just did, going to take a huge punish for it, and going to be losing another game. Although it felt okay. It didn't feel like super crazy to me, but turns out a little bit crazier than it potentially needed to be, as Frost ends up dropping that game. And already 2-1 in Sleepyhead's favor, just needs one more to get to the reset.
Yeah, 2-0 Sleepyhead's favor. Sleepyhead's looking for the reset. I feel if I was in Frost's favor right now, or if I was Frost right now, I would just start focusing on the second set. I'm not sure what this player would probably do, since they play against each other a lot, and it usually is very close. I would want to try to do my hardest this last game to stop all this momentum, still keeping it very close, because if you literally just let him win this game free of charge, he's still going to have this huge momentum. This is the momentum stopper game, I feel.
Yeah, and this is interesting. Starting directly with the Charizard for Sleepyhead, as he's got a huge advantage in this set. We'll
started off with 3 different Pokemons in all 3 different games.
It's surprising to me. It's just something where you're so used to seeing people start off as Squirtle, and especially when like both these characters can do so much damage to each other right off the bat. Good Flame Breath is going to stifle a lot of what Frost is trying to do, but he's already racked up nearly 90%.
Yeah, I really like these back throw mix-ups, just because I really haven't seen Sleepyhead do this, but back throw back air is a very good cheesy type mix-up that could kill characters at 0% even.
Yeah, if you can get people to not expect it, get people out in the open, is going to be very helpful. Ooh, taking some good damage, knocked up into the sky. And honestly, it feels weird, but this game is pretty much dead even. He's been going with the Charizard this entire time.
Yeah, I really feel it, just because you would look at this and you'd say Frost is winning because he has almost 100 less damage than him. But Frost could very well die anytime from forward tilt, from forward air, from any special move, essentially, from Charizard. But really good up air, catching him, stuck on the platform.
Yeah, lots of good pressure. It's crazy to me that it takes some people so long to just understand that just being above your opponent is just bad in Smash. Like 90+% of the time, you just don't want to do it. And when you get stuck in shield on a platform, you're in a tough spot. But now, Frost is just kind of destroying this game.
Frost is bringing it back. Frost is already having 130 extra credit, able to kind of play around for this stock, but I really want to see Frost actually not really pushing for those rollers, as you can see. I really want to see him kind of staying back, dash dancing back and forth to try to punish all of Sleepyhead's landing aerials with the punishing, like getting punished accordingly.
Yeet.
Really good eat out there. Or throw being buffed actually this past patch.
Yeah, lots of good damage. Good catch on the Flare Blitz as well. Going to get Frost a 2-1 in the stock lead right here. There you go. Another good neutral special. Getting a lot of paint down on Squirtle, getting the extra knockback and plenty of offensive tools available. And
the thing is, it's really, really weird. It's a multi-hit. On top of that, it doesn't really do that much knockback, and it's kind of like...
It's like Flood with damage.
Yeah,
almost.
You're not used to getting hit by that, and once you realize, wait, I'm getting hit by this, you've already taken 20% in ink damage.
So we'll see what ends up happening. Some good damage, good pressure coming out, and now off stage. He's caught it before.
Ooh, really, really smart by Sleepyhead to go high, trying to get back to center stage as safe as possible, just because when Charizard hits a stage, or Charizard hits Frost's shield, because Frost isn't going to let himself get hit by a full stage Charizard Flare Blitz, this is going to spill down for him.
Yep, that's it. I mean, bringing it back, just as you said, stifling all the momentum that Sleepyhead had coming in, and this could be an opportunity. We've seen plenty of reverse sweeps here on Thursday Night Smash, and it might be another opportunity for them to continue that trend. And Frost, I mean, they went to Game 5 the first time. Now they're in Game 4. They're not that far away. If Frost can find another big win like he just did, we have a real series on our hands.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Frost instantly turned on the Jets now from that past games. He's probably been waiting 30-plus minutes to try to play the set, and right when he got off, he was still kind of groggy, and especially Pokemon Trainer, hot off of like 2 wins, is able to carry this momentum into the Grand Finals. But because Frost has stopped this momentum now, it's going to be very, very close now.
Yeah, Game 4 coming here on Smashville once again. We'll see how effective it is in Frost. Right out the gate, just swinging, getting some good damage.
This is what I mean. Ooh, he starts out with Squirtle again. Very, very bad position.
Wow, good trump coming out, actually putting Sleepyhead in a terrible position. He's just dead.
That was a very, very good flowchart set. That was just a very clean edge guard, I'd say. Just because when Sleepyhead tried to switch, he was already too low, and he already got his snipe jumped out.
Yeah, so we'll see what ends up happening here as Frost, as we saw how explosive he was on the second stock coming out from Sleepyhead. Didn't have a whole lot of opportunity, getting some good paint down, and now with 30% already on Ivysaur, has to be very happy with the situation. We got to make sure he doesn't die right here, and up air could do it.
Ooh, very good B&B coming out. All these really good grab combos. I feel like Sleepyhead's just not really moving that much on the ground, I'd say. Sleepyhead's throwing out a lot of these aerials. Like again, he's like I say again, he's throwing out all these forward airs, all these back airs and stuff as Ivysaur. He's not really utilizing Ivysaur's ground speed, not really utilizing Ivysaur's Razor Leaf all that much.
And he's not super getting punished for it though, but now, I mean, that wild up B a little bit too far off the backside of the shield, not actually going to catch it, and going to take a lot of paint for his troubles. See if Frost can get another edge guard. He is going to knock him off. Watch this catch. Not. Ooh, it is going to be enough.
Very, very clean punish. Like I said before, Pokemon Trainer disadvantage, very, very bad. Even if you get on the stage with a move, it has so much end lag that anybody can punish anything. And because Inkling is just so fast with that roller, it's just an instant kill. When you're buried, there's nothing you can do.
All right, that was really cute coming up from Frost, though. Just being able to just sidestep that shell attack and get him right off the stage. Why do you need to knock your opponent off the stage when he's just willing to jump off there for you? And now he's getting some good damage right on back. We'll see if Sleepyhead can bring this back, but he's got to be careful. The edge guard has been totally in Frost's favor for the last 2 games.
Exactly. Frost being off stage looks very, very comfortable against this character, just because if Squirtle tries to recover, up B isn't really that good. If Charizard tries to recover, that kind of happens, unless it's like the super armor variant, but that's also still very exploitable, and you can still very much easily spike it with like a down air, especially from Inkling, and especially Ivysaur's up B. That is a very garbage recovery move, just because you don't instantly snap the ledge, you're kind of just hanging there, and because people could literally just follow that Vine Whip, it's just good night. It's just
Yeah, and it's a very tough spot. We got a Game 5 on our hands over here in
Game
Fort
5
Worth.
set 1.
Frost and Sleepyhead going at it once again, trying to keep themselves at the top of standings. Sleepyhead looking to maintain his crown, and Frost trying to be the usurper. We'll see if either of them can do it. Frost has a lot of momentum going into this game, and we'll see if he can pick it up. But last time they were on this stage, it definitely was not in Frost's favor.
Yeah, I feel like this stage is really, really good because Sleepyhead is a player that likes to throw out a lot of aerials, and Frost looks like he's able to maintain ground control. When you're on the platform and just run off using your aerials, it kind of catches him off guard. But at the same time, like you said before, being on platform is usually correlates to disadvantage. This is what I mean. He likes to do platform movement into aerials, but Frost is really adaptive to him and is able to counteract that by just staying on the ground, being very, very patient.
Yeah, did you see that punish, though? That was a beautiful sequence coming up from Frost, really evening this game up all the way back, and Grenade stuffing Sleepyhead's advance. We'll see how effective it's going to be. They both find themselves on this top platform. That's never a spot you want to find yourself in, but Frost gonna be trying to get himself back to stage. Good air dodge to the top platform.
Oh, fantastic
Wow, nice.
call out from, oh, hey, he's trying to hit me with this. He can't really do anything right after because because fun fact, after you hit somebody with roller on shield, there's either two things you could do. You could either keep going and just keep hitting like their shield, but there's no hitbox, so you could get hit. You could instantly stop it, but you still have end lag, or you could jump, which again, Charizard has very fast out of shield anti-air moves such as up B, up smash, all the sorts.
Yeah, now Sleepyhead's got a big advantage. We'll see how useful this is. His beautiful spike coming out. Sleepyhead 3-1 in the stocks right now, and it looks like we're probably going to set 2 at this point. Frost has his work cut out for him in order to try and turn this set around. If you can find a kill here, it's going to go a long way towards his comeback.
Yeah, this is, again, very, very difficult just because when Frost tries to take this kill, he's just going to be spamming a lot of back airs. He's going to be spamming a lot of up airs. A lot of moves that are very unsafe on shield A and B. Sleepyhead is the type of player to know, hey, he's fishing for these kills. I'm just going to avoid him and stay on center stage just like that, being very, very safe.
Yeah, but back throw is going to do it eventually. So 70%, 2 stocks to go against Sleepyhead. We'll see if Frost can turn things around. He just needs a couple good combos, and he can already put Sleepyhead at potentially lethal percents. But if he takes 1, 2 good up airs coming out from this Ivysaur, it's going to be lights out as we're going to set 2.
Now, Frost is trapped on the platforms, not really able to do anything. And Sleepyhead really wants him to be trapped on that platform because, again, that platform is not 2 Ridleys away. That's maybe like half a Ridley.
All right, roller comes through. Is it going to be enough? Up throw comes out. He has enough time to charge it, but he gets the weak hit, not actually going to take it down. And as you say, he hits himself up against the shield and gets up thrown for his troubles.
Oh, he's this is very, very scary from Sleepyhead. If I was Frost, I would say, oh, hey, he's trying to close out the kill. I'm going to punish him for trying to make a play when he's clearly in the lead by just playing safe. But
yeah. Cute idea coming out with the up special. Not quite going to be enough, but is going to survive the counter attempt. Sleepyhead, not
Frost,
like this.
Unfortunate SD.
Not like that.
He actually was so scared of Frost. Frost was actually so scared of Sleepyhead that he air dodged away rather than air dodging trying to get to ledge. Because fun fact, if you're up here and ledge is down here and you air dodge straight to the ledge, you're always gonna have invincibility. You're no way to get 2-frame because the air dodge invincibility comes out, and right when it ends is when ledge invincibility starts. So a little bit of a flub input, but we're going to game set 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Grand
also important to
finals.
note that air dodging up does give the 2-frame opportunity, so you are vulnerable, and it was very close to try and figure out exactly where he was relative to the ledge. But as you said, we're into set 2. Sleepyhead resetting up against Frost in Game 5. That's 2 Game 5s these guys have had already today. This week has been giving us a whole lot from Fort Worth, and this is part of why we've been watching these guys so much, is just because they're so close in terms of all their skill level. And so even right now, but we know it's not going to stay that way for long.
Yeah, one of these players is going to pull out with the lead. They're going to take this momentum from Game 1 and just ride it throughout the whole set, eventually getting possibly to Game 5 again. But both these players are very, very much explosive. When they're in the lead, they're vastly in the lead. If they're very, very close, you're going to see a lot of spaghetti coming out.
Yeah, hopefully not too much of that. I mean, very even again, but look at the damage. He's so far off the stage, almost reads the quick switch, but so far out. Sleepyhead not able to come back. It wasn't as depressing as the Game 5 that Frost lost, but still, you never want to be giving your opponent free SDs and free stocks like that.
Exactly. This Game 1 is very, very important. I see Frost playing a little bit more safe. That's what I mean by like kind of air dodging, making the other opponent whiff, and then grabbing ledge. Ooh, fantastic up air coming out again. Trading with that back air. Small price to pay for, you know, a stock.
Yeah, not super worried about that, but already some decent trading back and forth. Very explosive. Look at that, already evening the game right back up, and now Frost is going to try and turn it around, getting some good paint down. See if this grenade lands. Instead, he's going to take some vines to the face.
Yeah, I really like how Frost is still trying to play on the ground, but he's not dashing back to try to punish Sleepyhead's landing option. He's trying to punish the attack itself, which is something that I feel that Frost should adapt to. But you know, what works works. He's punishing some of these landings with a really good roller, like we saw last game. And again, this is what I really mean by when somebody's in the lead, they're really in the lead. Ooh, I really don't like that edge guard, just because when Pokemon Trainer is out of the stage like that, you kind of just need to wait. Instead, he was a little too preemptive to trying to end the stock early.
Yeah, we've seen Frost go for some great catches on that Flare Blitz already, but it requires Sleepyhead to get back over the stage. 165% disadvantage state. He's up caught on the platform and shield, and the back throw not quite going to do it. But watch this, potentially looking for another opportunity to get this ledge guard. So many down tilts, not going to take it.
Oh, that's very, very scary, because I was wondering if Sleepyhead was going to wake up from ledge and shield grab. Oh, very good up throw coming out. That's what I mean. Just wake up from ledge, shield grabbing is very, very good, and Frost was able to beat him.
Good frame trap.
Sleepyhead's still trying to go for that shield grab on ledge, not working out.
Yeah, that was a cool frame trap, though. The double jab into the down tilt, just convincing Sleepyhead to come out of the shield. But now, again, this game's super, super even. Frost at 20%, Sleepyhead just coming right out of his stock. And look at this explosive. Already 30 extra damage coming out from Sleepyhead.
This is so, so important for Game 1, just because even though you see both these characters, oh, that's so much percent. Good super armor coming through from Charizard. Now it's really scary, because even though Sleepyhead's a very, very good Charizard, Charizard gets bullied very, very hard by every single character.
Oh, is that it?
Oh, never
Not
mind.
quite. The up air is going to be doing a lot of damage. He's got the advantage, and now Sleepyhead's got to be careful. Both of them back on the stage. And Roller, he's putting the fear of God.
Trying to get a tech chase option. Good up B out of shield. Sealing the deal. That's Game 1 of Sleepyhead. This is actually so, so huge, just because he has counter pick advantage now. So every time Sleepyhead loses, Frost is going to, you know, ban 2 stages, but Sleepyhead will always have the counter pick advantage.
Yeah. Going into Game 5, with how close these two competitors have been, just having the extra stage pick is going to be super, super helpful. And now the question comes, where does Frost want to go? He lost the first game. He's been having some very close sets, and Yoshi's Island, not something I would have expected. Lots of weird things on this stage, since you got all those slants, you got this long platform that most moves from the ground aren't going to go through.
Yeah, this is very, very weird, but I actually really like this, because as you saw before on Battlefield, Sleepyhead really likes to use platform movement, falling off aerials, and because there's only one huge platform there, and that doesn't really require a lot of platform movement, because dropping through platform is significantly slower in this game than any other game, it's going to make Sleepyhead play on the ground a lot more. If not, if he's playing in the air like that, he's just going to eat a lot more moves, I feel. But that would require Frost to not get hit by these aerials.
Yeah, it also gives these interesting situations where things like the roller and the grenade not behaving exactly as people might expect, simply because you're not playing on this flat platform. Things are going to move in weird ways. But look at that. Good roll through is going to give Frost an opportunity to get back into this game. He's getting some good damage down, and now that he's in a ledge guard situation, look how far out this Ivysaur is, but he's going to be able to get back just fine.
Oh, very fantastic backer coming out. I feel like Frost, again, is very flustered by the last game, getting hit by that up B out of shield. I feel that Sleepyhead's just running away with this right now just because this is how important game 1 is. You have all the momentum to play with, whereas for every single game after this, it's like, oh no, he beat me game 1. I have to try to win this game as hard as possible, so I have to make a lot of plays.
Yeah, it's just like being...
Fantastic F smash again. I'm pretty sure we saw that in
We saw that
Winners
against Cloud.
Finals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We saw just a beautiful forward throw, and then everybody, you were expecting the forward air to come out, that big claw, but the big way you dodge that is by going for some kind of air dodge, and this time air dodging in puts you right in the spot that Sleepyhead wants to hit that forward smash with, and finding an early stock just means that Frost lost what little momentum he had already and almost lost another stock.
Yeah, I really don't like the F smash coming out just because, like I said before, Frost really trying to make a lot of plays, and that's what any really good player wants you to do. They want you to try to make plays so you can just pick it apart, because nobody's going to let themselves get clipped like that.
Yeah, and look at that. You see Frost down there. He's getting frustrated as he gets hit by yet another up special into death. And 2-0 coming out from Sleepyhead. I mean, these guys are both in Grand Finals for a reason, right? They are good at their characters. They're good at the game of Super Smash Brothers. But when you start to lose that mental composure that's gotten you this far, it's going to make you look for even more of these plays, even more of these unsafe options. And just like we've been talking about, Sleepyhead's been able to punish those super effectively.
Yeah, exactly. Like, once you lose your mental state as a top player, you go from being a top player, because that's what top players do. They use their mental state to outsmart their opponents psychologically. But if you lose that and you get very, very flustered, you're going to see a significant reduce in skill level. That's why players, when they get very, very mad, always mainly do worse.
Yeah, I think it's great to watch some of the truly top players. You look at people like Tweak going up against MK Leo, one of his demons in the Smash Ultimate scene. I mean, Evo is the obvious example, right? When MK Leo got the 6-0 straight in games and just totally getting the reset and everything, it was gross. But you could watch Tweak get more and more frustrated as the game went on, and we saw Frost starting to get frustrated is going to really start hurting him. But Sleepyhead completely stoic still, great orange hat, kind of hiding his eyes a little bit. So even if he was frustrated, I'm not sure we would know.
Yeah, I feel like we shouldn't count Frost out yet, because last set we actually saw him go down 0-2 and bring it back all the way to game 5. This might be the same thing. I feel like Frost is very much trying to keep his composure, but after getting hit by those 2 up airs, it's kind of like, oh no, what do I do? I really want to play neutral. That's why he's dashing back. That's why he's using a lot more safe options of playing more defense, I'd say.
Yeah, good hit. But again, Kalo's so big, not going to be able to take it on this stage, especially against a big boy like Charizard. And
that was
nice
fantastic movement from Sleepyhead. Just run off, run up platform nair and then run off nair.
There you go. Another head shake though coming up from Frost. He is frustrated as he takes another big chunk of damage. And I mean, up being on the stage as Inkling isn't the most dangerous thing in the world, but it's definitely not the safest thing either, and that's something you go for. But he's going to be able to find this roller into a kill.
Yeah, really good punishing the landing. I really want to see Frost using roller a little bit more, how to say, calculated, just because he sees Sleepyhead in the air, but 9 times out of 10, Sleepyhead isn't landing on the ground in time, and Frost just gets punished by something like up B or something like that.
Yeah, but you got to be careful. Like, roller, as strong of a tool as it is.
That's what you've been saying. Don't up B on stage when Sleepyhead is clearly on stage waiting for something.
Yeah, I mean, he's waiting for the plays. He's waiting for the plays to come up from Frost, these unusual options. And, I mean, it's unusual partly because it's not good, right? You don't tend to see people going for it very often, but lots of damage.
Grabbing him out of roller. I know Frost got to sing Frost right now, but I feel like he has a little bit of fight in him left. Like, if he gets one really good combo, if he gets one really good roller read, he's able to mix up Sleepyhead and possibly bring this to game 4.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. He's bringing it to a game 4. He's got to do this 3 times in a row where he's actually taking these games. And taking this first stock is the first part in a long row, but you can't afford to take too much more damage. The roller coming out is a bit of a bait. Good forwarder. It does mean that he's not out of this one yet.
Yeah, it's really easy for Inkling to rack up so much damage just because up throw nair fair, or up throw nair bear even, is able to even up these percentages just right now. Both these characters really wanting to play like heavy neutral, I feel, because nobody wants to get hit at all. But at the same time, Sleepyhead could afford to make these small little plays here and there because, like, as 2 Ridleys away.
Two Ridleys away. He wasn't 2 Ridleys away. He was hardly 1 Ridley away. And that's going to be enough to take a Sleepyhead